Hello. I have been trying to make sourdough. I want to say I've been trying to make sourdough. I received a starter in the post and I think I left it for maybe a couple of days longer than I should have. And it didn't look very wild and exciting. It kind of looked a bit dead. And I know you've got to feed it to kind of keep the bubbles going and whatever other sourdough terminology and science goes on. I don't know. But I added some flour and water. Basically, to start with, I think the instructions in the pack that I got were missing. And so I Googled what to do and instantly I got a dough, which didn't seem right. And I didn't really know what to do. So I have persevered. I've got the ratios all wrong, but it's here. I looked at it this morning and I've got bubbles, so I'm gonna try and fix it. So given that I said that these videos or the things I post would include when things go wrong and not just the end beauty of things, but kind of the beauty in the perseverance that you have to go through to get to that end stage, that is 110% what I'm going through right now. So I'm going to lift the lid on this. Apparently doing it in a smaller jar is a little bit better. I can't remember why. Clearly I've really not read around this. I'm just completely winging it. I don't really have a jar, like a mason jar. So I'm going to transfer it from this bowl to a gravy jug. Well, a measuring jug. And then what I need to do is I need to remove some of the starter and then feed it on a 1:1:1 ratio. So this 1:1:1 ratio has been absolutely killing me, and I've just been thinking, oh, well, I put, I don't know, 50 grams of flour and 50 grams of water in. No. People keep talking about this discard, but they're not throwing it away. And then I've been thinking, well, where do I put it then? Yeah. But apparently you don't have to throw it away. You can save it for another batch or you can use it in other things. So I think what I need to do for this ratio is you discard an amount so that whatever amount is left, say you've got like 50 grams left, then you add 50 grams of water and 50 grams of flour. Equally, if you had 100 grams left, you would add 100 grams of flour, 100 grams of water. But what I first need to try and do is transfer this to the jug. Well, weigh the jug and then transfer this to the jug because I don't actually know what the amount inside currently weighs. And then add the flour and the water and keep feeding it. And if I'm frank with you, I don't know how often I have to feed this until it's done. Yeah, so watch me fail, basically, is the point of this video. And hopefully, miraculously, it will all come together at the end. Right, let's get you there, I think. Is that going to be good? Yeah. Okay, so jug weighs the jug weighs just a little over a kilo. A kilo and 11 grams. Okay. So now I think what I need to do, I don't even know if this is right. It's got bubbles in it, so I think it's kind of alive now, whereas before it was a dough. I don't know, can you even see? Does that look right? It stinks. Okay. I think what I have now is just pancake batter. It's not right, is it? Oh, goodness sake. Okay, this is going to be messy. So I have just showed you how not to make sourdough, so you'll have to come back for part 2, which could be in several days, to find out the inevitable, which was that I cannot make sourdough. Okay, update. It is finally growing. I did this one and it was here, and now it's here. And it looks bubbly. I'm going to leave the cling film on it and leave the towel on it, and I'll update you. I'm trying to make my first sourdough and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I think the issue that I had was that I didn't really understand the concept of the ratios with the feeding, which is on me. But I think I finally grasped that now. So I'm feeding mine at a 1:1:1 ratio, roughly. And I kept persevering with it. I did think that I had ruined the starter and that I'd left it for too long without actually starting to feed it. And thought I would basically have to bin it. But I didn't. I persevered. And as a result of that, over the last maybe 3 feeds, no, maybe the last 4 feeds or so, it had started to grow, but it was still quite like liquidy, like batter, like pancake batter. But then over the last maybe 2 feeds, it was growing and it was really, really thick. It was consistently doubling in size. Now, I'm going to feed it again now. My issue now is it's kind of regressed back to the pancake batter. So I don't know if that's because I've left it too long without a feed, or I've done something wrong, or what. I don't really know. So I'm kind of working this out for myself through a combination of watching TikToks, watching, reading blogs online, and yeah, generally just kind of feeling my way around this. So don't judge me, okay? That's all I ask. Please don't judge me. And we'll see where we get to, and hopefully you'll watch me go through the process of actually completing this. Okay. So I have got roughly 200 grams of my starter, so I'm therefore going to put 200 grams of water and the same of my flour in and see what happens. I don't know if there's an order, so if there is, then look away in case I'm doing it in the wrong order. And by the way, I don't have one of those dough whisks, so I'm using a spoon. Hope that's okay. Okay, that might be slightly more liquidy than I want, I think. Oh, it's bubbling straight away though. But is that just because I've got it all over my hands now? Grim. I'm not going to leave this for a few hours and see what happens. Hello, I have an update. And also, I realised when I was filming my video before that for the majority of that video, I was like this. So I'm sorry about that, but I think you didn't need to see my face anyway, so it's fine. Oh, actually, hang on. This is a little bit of a lie because I've just moved that down a sec. Where was it? Yeah, that was where it was about. Look. That's in, what time is it now? That's in 1 hour and 45 minutes that it's done that. This is what keeps my hope and my faith that it is genuinely working. Also, by the way, I've had my eyebrows done today and, sorry, they look a little bit scary, don't they? You know when it's like the first day of getting your eyebrows done and the dye is like still on your skin rather than just on the hairs. So yeah, they're a little bit dark. They settled after a couple of days, it's fine, but look.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, and as well as it being Saturday, today is bake day. So if you've been following this video along, you will know that I've been on a little bit of a tumultuous journey, shall we say, with my first ever sourdough loaf. It's such a trend right now that everyone's doing, but actually what I've come to realise over watching people either bake their own sourdough loaves or try and teach people to make their own sourdough loaves is that I hadn't realised that you could just keep this starter going on the side, and therefore I was going to say every day, you could do it every day, but every week you could have like a fresh loaf of bread. And do I think it's time intensive? I think it is, but I think once you get the hang of it, it's not as time intensive as people maybe suggest. Or I think, you know, one of those things where you get a trend and everyone's trying to do it and everyone's going, oh, I don't know what to do, it's complicated. And then you've got the other side of, say, Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, whatever, where people are saying, oh no, don't worry, like I'll show you how to do it, it's really simple. I feel like once you get the knack of it and you just build baking bread into your routine, if you like, if you're into baking and things like that, then actually it is quite a simple process because you can just keep feeding it. And then as I watch more videos along the way, I've also learned other things. So please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but one thing that I learned from a video that I was watching was that actually you don't have to feed it every day. And if you can get the starter to a point where you can put it in the fridge and then leave it there essentially until you want to start feeding it and you need to use it again. I think putting it in the fridge does something like pause the process that happens of feeding. Please don't quote me on it, but I think that is the case. So as long as you're checking that it's not going mouldy or gross or anything, then I think you could, in theory, just keep it in the back of your fridge and you don't actually have to feed it every day until you're ready to. But I think the process of getting me initially to a good starter and a good enough starter was long. Here's my dough. It's, do you see what I mean? I think it is bigger, but this bowl is also bigger than the bowl that it was in when I made it. And I don't know if you can see, but it's got like loads of bubbles in it. I mean, maybe bubbles are not a good thing. I don't know. Is it gonna just drop out? I don't know. I kind of want to leave it to its own devices to just drop out. It is coming. Okay. Should it look like this? I don't know. How do you do that thing where you go like, there we go. You're probably all screaming at me like, Laura, don't touch it, leave it alone. Okay. Goodbye. I love you, please work. Oh, still covered in dough. Okay, I'm back. Bread is in the oven. I feel like the more that went on, the more wrong I felt it had gone. So it looked like it had, I don't know if doubled in size, but definitely grown in the fridge. It was a little bit tricky to get out of the bowl, but I've also seen other people who've had that issue too. I don't have one of those like baking, I don't know, bed basket things, but I did see someone say that if you put like a gluten-free flour, like a rice flour or something like that, on the outside, then that can just help make it not stick, because the fact that it's gluten-free means it won't incorporate into the dough. So I tried that. This is another video in my Simply Beautiful series, and yes, as I said before, there's a lot of people that are baking sourdough and it's become one of those trends on social media for people to do, and I get that and appreciate that, and you've probably seen hundreds of these videos already, so I'm sorry if mine seems like just another video of that nature. But actually the reason that this made it onto the Simply Beautiful series for me was because it's more about trying new things and learning something new and finding the beauty in something new, and it doesn't have to be this grand new hobby, and it also doesn't have to be something you'll ever do again, but I think that's okay. My point is that I'm just trying to find new ways to enjoy simple things, and so far this year I think doing a little mini series and vlogging it and picking something and working with it as like a little mini project I quite like. Voila. I can't believe it's worked. I actually can't believe it's worked. I want to keep touching it and picking it up. Okay, when I'm ready to eat, I will let you know what it's like. Yes, there's been an outfit change, there's been a hair change, there's been a makeup change, but before I go out, I want to test my loaf. Wow. I think that's not bad. I did it. I did it. I did it. Watch this space. So I really hope you enjoyed watching my video as much as I enjoyed making it, and if you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. Maybe even leave a comment, tell me what exactly you did like about following my video, what you're liking about the series so far, and if you've got any ideas of what I can do better, then yeah, I'd love to hear it. So I will see you in my next one. Bye.